Yeah, 25 minutes.
Definitely passionate ball, huh?
Donovan, Kenny said that you guys won the force battle pretty handily tonight.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Kenny said that you guys won the force battle pretty handily tonight. Just what did it take coming out from the opening tip to set the tone and carry that the entire way through this game?
I think the biggest thing is just, a response from Game 6, right? I think at the end of the day, we did a lot of really good things for 3.5 games, right? And then Game 6 was a letdown, and ultimately it's just how do you respond? I've been saying to you that since I got here, right? It's not always going to be just, straightforward black and white. And, it was a little bit of a blow to us, how we respond, how we came out Game 6. But the biggest thing is we responded with force for 48 minutes tonight, right? Like there was no life, especially in a hostile environment. But that was the biggest thing. Is just how do you respond and not letting the moment become too big.
And then I know that you have bigger goals as an individual. I know that you have bigger goals as a team, but this is the first time that you have gotten to the conference finals. For you, what does this mean?
A breath of fresh air. But like you said, we didn't just come here that wasn't the goal when we started the season. Even last year, when we lost Indiana, we had our goals set on getting to the finals. And we're just one step closer. But yeah, it's been almost a decade of running into the same issue, right? Like, you know what I mean? So for sure, I personally and as a team, we can breathe a little bit, but in the same token, we can only breathe for about 12 hours and then get right back to it. So it's a balance. It's a blessing. God is good. I wouldn't be here without my teammates, but we got work to do coming up for sure.
Hey, Jarrett. Kenny said that he had dinner last night with Dan Gilbert, and one of the things that Dan said was that you are the spark for this team. Mm-hmm. When you hear that coming from the guy who runs the organization,
right,
what does that mean to you and what goes through your head?
It means a lot that the whole organization, even from top to bottom, has that level of trust in me. And he sent me a message before the game as well, just stating how important, how much of an impact that he believes that I can have on this game and this whole series. And it's motivating, especially when somebody like that, with that stature, has that confidence in me, and it gives me that extra push.
And Donovan, we've talked to Jarrett about this a few different times, but obviously a narrative has followed Jarrett since he talked about the lights and how bright they were at MSG. What do you make of the criticisms that he receives, and how happy are you for him to have this kind of performance in this moment?
It's hard for me to care when he don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, man, like I don't think he has an iPhone. I'm just messing with you. I really don't think he does. But no, like he doesn't, like it doesn't faze him. And when you have a guy who's so talented and so good at what he does and so selfless, for us, it's like, man, like that's whatever. He made a comment and the world ran with it. And if he didn't say that and we still lost, there would still be comments. We could have lost the series. We lost the Indiana series. There's always going to be something, right? There's always going to be something. And I think for us and for him, to see him just continue to be himself the entire time. He didn't come out there and say, man, I got to find a way to get this off my back. Like, no, it was like, I'm just going to be the same J.A.
Yep, you got to take it. Yeah, no, he told me. I didn't read it. He told me I got them in 7. So I didn't read it. I don't read him.
Hey, Kenny. You said before the game that you just needed Donovan Mitchell to beat Donovan Mitchell tonight. In what way do you feel like that manifested itself?
He was better than Donovan Mitchell. Is that possible? I don't know if I can. That's like bad English. He started with him. His defense, rebounding, and then when he gets in the paint and starts making other people better, the dish-offs to our big guys, that was the key, I felt like, to the game. So he had complete control of the game. Listen, man, I couldn't be happier for him, to make that next step. He's going home, to New York, he kept this thing together this year when things weren't going great. He was the beacon, the light, his leadership. He carried us on the court, right? Sam Merrill out 30 games, Evan out, J.A. out. He was the guy that carried us. And then when things weren't going great, he was the person everyone looked to. And his positivity. And I would have said this if we lost. I had a plan. If we lost, I was going to say the same thing. We could have splintered. If your leader splintered, if he goes in another direction, which he very well could have, things weren't going great. But he stayed positive. He supported the young guys. He never got down on the group. So just, kind of more kudos to him, in terms of getting to that, the level he wanted to get to. And I know he wants more.
Game 7 on the road, given all the pressure and all the stakes, what does a performance like this show about this group?
When we play with force, it's really the key. Like force on both ends. With our talent, we're really hard to beat. What we got to answer, the question we got to answer, and we talked about in the locker room is, we can have force letdowns. Like Game 6, where we were not the forceful team, but tonight we were. That was the whole difference. Our force on both ends.
Kenny, understanding that this group has larger goals than just winning this game and advancing to the conference finals, this is a place that this group has not yet been. What does this accomplishment mean to you and to this group?
It's like, and everybody says, it doesn't mean that. No, it does mean something. I think it does. I think this was the next step for us. First day of training camp, I put up our playoff record over the last 3 years, 11-15. I've been saying all year we have a lot to prove. And we still have more to prove. That's kind of the next part of it. But we proved something to ourselves that we could take that another step. Just looking forward to this next challenge for us.
What is it with Jarrett Allen in Game 7s?
I don't know. I had dinner with Dan Gilbert last night. He came over to our hotel, and he goes, "You know who the key to this whole thing is?" I was thinking Harden, Mitch. He goes, "The key to this whole thing, the spark of this is Jarrett Allen." I said, "Really?" And that sparked me to run the first play for him. Like, man, have I been, sometimes you have, people who observe from afar, plus Dan knows the team well and knows these guys. It was really, I was like, man, I went to my room. I'm like, man, I'm going to run the first play for him, which I think got blown up with. But anyway, I'm like, man, we got to, and in our film session, we had to reward the big. Sometimes you have to be reminded. And that was great by Dan. He hit it on the head. He was prophetic.
Just felt like from the first quarter, you guys, to your word, like played with force. Mitchell was sort of distributing the ball. Just like, what do you think led to that? Why do you think that you guys just kind of came out sort of hitting first from the jump?
You said it, Mitchell distributing the ball. I think that was a big part of it. Listen, I can't say I predicted that we were going to do that. Like Game 7, their arena, the crowd was, and it was across the board, right? I think we knew that start was monumental. The start that they knew that we were here, and that we were going to give them some problems, And we talked about it today. We talked about it in our film session. At the beginning of the game, that was key. And then coming out of halftime is the same, same message. We got to win this first 5 minutes, to put them on their heels.